Standard costing MCQs. Idle time variance is always dash. 0, favorable, adverse, not applicable.
Adverse.
Always adverse. Next. RAQ represent revising the actual quantity in actual mix, standard mix, production mix, and sales mix.
Standard mix.
Revising the actual quantity in
Standard mix.
Standard mix. Okay. For your kind info, Gaushika, another girl. Revised actual quantity. Total actual quantity, we are revising what proportion? Standard proportion. That's why it's called revised actual quantity. Actual quantity revised quantity. That's why it's called revised actual quantity. But the total actual quantity we are revising in what proportion?
Standard.
Therefore, it's also called revised standard quantity. That's the reason few material you come across RSQ revised actual quantity. So for your information, revised actual quantity is equal to revised standard quantity. Both are alternative names only. Okay, Gaushika.
Yes, sir.
Happy now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Standard we have to compute. Standard we have to compute always based on actual production, actual hours, actual raw material consumption, sales quantity. The word standard always ends with the actual production. Based on actual production, you have to compute. Due to item, dash will get affect. Production, efficiency, sales, all of the above. Efficiency will get affect. Budgeted overhead divided by budgeted hours is equal to standard rate per hour, budgeted rate, actual rate, none of the above.
Standard rate per hour.
Standard rate per hour. Next. Actual production is 250 units. Budgeted production is 300 units. Hours required per unit 220 hours. Standard hours is equal to what? The word standard always ends with what? Actual production. So actual production 250 to produce one product you need 20 hours. Therefore 250 to 20 is equal to 5,000 hours. Because the word standard always ends with the actual production. 300 budgeted production to 20 is equal to 6,000 represent budgeted hours. Budgeted hours is different, standard hours is different. Okay. Material usage variance can be classified into dash and dash. Mix and yield variance, cost and price variance, all of the above, none of the above. Mix and yield variance. Good. This is correct. Complete. Material price variance 100 adverse. Material mix variance 200 adverse. Cost variance 500 adverse. Find yield variance. Shall I repeat?
Yes, sir.
Material price 100 adverse. Mix 200 adverse. Cost variance 500 adverse. Find yield variance. Cost variance you have to classify it into price and usage. Usage again classified into mix and the requirement yield get.
Yes, sir.
Now answer for the cost variance 500 adverse. Price variance 100. Therefore usage should be 400. That 400 divided into mix and yield. Mix 200 adverse. Therefore yield balance
200.
everything adverse. So the answer is what? 200 adverse. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Shall I repeat or comfortable? Cost variance segregated into two parts. Price and usage. Usage again segregated into two parts. Mix and yield. Answer full upon cost 500. Price 100. Therefore usage remaining 400. Out of usage mix 200. Therefore yield 200. Everything adverse on check paniko. Chariya? All are comfortable by this? Good. Shall I go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Again, one more question, similar type. Easy question only. Usage variance 400 adverse. Mix variance 500 adverse. Find yield variance.
100 favorable.
Usage variance 400 adverse. Mix variance 500 adverse. Yield variance how much? 100 favorable. Yeah, then only remaining 400 adverse. 100 rupees favorable. Very good. Partha is great. அப்படி பார்த்தாலும் சொன்ன ஆன்சர் அவசரப்படாது. லேபர் காஸ்ட் வேரியன்ஸ் கேன் பி கிளாஸ்ட் இன்டு அவளே சிரிக்கிறேன் ஏன்டா சிரிக்கிறேன் ஓகே லேபர் காஸ்ட் வேரியன்ஸ் கேன் பி கிளாஸ்ட் இன்டு ரேட் அண்ட் எஃபிஷியன்சி மிக்ஸ் அண்ட் எஃபிஷியன்சி நெக்ஸ்ட் என்ன இருக்கு ஆல் ஆஃப் தி அபோவ் நன் ஆஃப் தி அபோவ் can be classed into what labor rate variance and labor efficiency. Got it? Next. Idle time variance is always A, affect the efficiency, B, adverse, C, all of the above, and D, none of the above. A and B is all of the above is the correct answer. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Material price variance equal to material purchase price variance in which circumstance? Material price variance, material purchase price variance one na. Yep. Always it's equal. Or B, if no closing stock. C, if no opening stock. D, if no opening and closing stock.
D, sir.
D, there is no opening and closing stock. Understood? Price variance is based on usage kanna, consume another. Purchase is based on quantity purchase. Quantity purchase panna use panna porom. Appa, if there is no opening and closing stock, then purchase quantity is equal to consumption quantity. Therefore, there is no difference between price variance and usage variance. Else, opening stock, closing stock of the previous year going to be opening stock. Some other rate will be there. Am I right? Current year purchase, some other price will be there. Then difference. Understand logic or not? Good. I'll repeat once again. 100 quantity I have purchased. There is no opening and closing stock. Then my consumption is also 100 then. Upon there is no opening and closing stock. Up 100 rupees, 100 quantity, whatever the price I have purchased is applicable for usage also. Upon there is no difference between price variance and usage variance. Material purchase price, whatever price based on consumption based, both are same. Am I right? If opening stock is there, different rate may possible because that is from the previous year. Then the both variants may not be equal. Got it or not?
Yes, sir.
Next. Standard quantity always computed based on actual production, actual consumption, actual sales, all of the above. Actual production. Calendar variance arises only if fixed overhead variance, budgeted days, actual days, budgeted days and actual days.
Budgeted and actual days.
If budgeted days and actual days are there, then only calendar variance arises. Therefore, D is the correct answer. Okay. D is the correct answer. Next, material mix variance arises only if more than two materials, more than two products, more than one product. All of you. None of the above, more than one material. Product na finished goods. That's the one okay, product are mixed chemically. Okay, more than one material. D சொல்லவே இல்ல அதான் D ன்னு ஆன்சர் தெரியுது D ல என்ன ஆன்சர் தெரியும் மேடம் லூசு பாடம் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கு பாருது அதான் தேங்க்யூ டேகண்ணா வேற அந்த விஷயம் now under standard costing system the cost of product determined at the beginning of the production is its direct cost, predetermined cost, historical cost, actual cost.
Predetermined cost.
Why it is predetermined cost?
Predetermined previous.
முன்னாடியே கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டோம் இல்லையா? Okay. Predetermined cost, the correct answer. Because well in advance we are fixing. That's why. The deviation between actual and standard cost is known as multiple analysis, variance cost analysis, variance analysis, linear trend analysis. Variance analysis only. The standard which is attainable under the favorable condition is theoretical standard, expected standard, normal standard, basic standard. I'll repeat. The standard which is attainable under favorable condition is called theoretical standard. Definition only. Next, the standard most suitable for cost control point of view. Which one is most useful for cost control point of view? Normal standard, theoretical standard, expected standard, and or basic standard. Which one is cost control point of view? Expected and actually can compute the variance. So expected standard is for cost control point of view. Next, overhead cost variance is A, the difference between overhead recovered on actual output minus actual overhead incurred. B, the difference between budgeted overhead cost and actual overhead cost. C, obtained by multiple standard overhead absorption rate, which the difference between standard has for actual output and actual has worked. None of the above. What is the answer? Shall I repeat or are you comfortable?
Repeat the options.
I'll repeat. Overhead cost variance. First one, the difference between overhead recovered on actual output minus actual overhead incurred.
Yes, sir.
That's all. Okay, that's the correct answer. Expected overhead cost and actual cost. Comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Next. Which of the following variance arises when more than one material is used in manufacturing of product? Material price variance, material usage variance, material cost variance, material mix variance. Mix variance. 9, you have to compute. If standard has for 100 units of output, for 100 units, 400 has. I'll repeat. Standard has for 100 units of outputs are 400 at the rate of 2 rupees per car. Actual has taken 380 at the rate of 2.25 per car. Find rate variance. What is the formula for rate variance? Material cost variance can be classified into price and material rate and labor cost variance can be classified into rate and efficiency. 1 minus 2, 1 minus 3, 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is the formula. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 3 represent what? Kanna? 3 minus 2. 3 represent what?
Actual into standard rate.
Actual has into standard rate minus actual has into actual rate. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Appa actual has ulla eduthalam.
3.
Actual has into standard rate minus actual rate is the variance. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Actual has எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 380 into standard rate 2 rupees minus 2.25. Appa minus 2.25 into 380 is equal to how much?
Adverse 190.
எவ்வளவுப்பா? 95 adverse. Adverse agana So the answer is 95 adverse. Are you comfortable? Online students understood? Good. Physical students manageable? Boys? Vishwa boy. Shall I go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Controllable variants are best disposed of by transferring to cost of goods sold, cost of goods sold and inventories for WAP and finished goods, costing P&L account. Where you have to transfer? You have to transfer to costing P&L account. Next. Idle time variance is obtained by multiplying a difference between standard and actual hours by actual rate of labor hours. B. Difference between actual hours paid and actual labor hours worked by the standard rate. C. Difference between standard and actual hours by standard rate of labor hour. None of the above. How to identify idle time variance? That is what the question. What is the answer? Shall I repeat once again? How to identify the idle time? And what is the formula for idle time? Actual idle time into standard rate. So the difference between actual hours paid and actual hours worked by the standard rate. Is it right or not? Multiply with the standard rate. Actual hours worked and actual hours paid is different, is called what? Idle time. Idle time also includes all the wages. Time in which workers are not engaged in the production activity but paid wages even for such unproductive time is called idle time. Therefore, the difference between actual hours paid and actual hours worked is called idle time only, no? By the standard rate. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, option B is the correct. Samjhe?
Yes.
Basic standards are A. Those standards which require high degree of efficiency and operation. B. Average standards are useful in long-term planning. C. Inventories of WAP and finished goods. And D. Assume to remain unchanged for longer period of time, long time. Answer is C. Long period of time, it won't be changed. That's why it's a basic standard. Okay, kindly refer the definition. So, 23 costing transfer to costing P&L. That's easy. Happy Dakana?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. நல்லா அந்த MCQ கையில வச்சு கூட ஈஸியா பாஸ் பண்ணலாம். சரியா? It will help you like anything.